welcome back. I am Erin, the Two Martini Stitcher, both here on YouTube and on Instagram. So you can find me both places under the same name. And this is my channel about cross stitch and some knitting. So it's a craft channel, but those are the two crafts that I do. You're not gonna see anything else besides knitting and cross stitch yet. I'm learning to just say yet because you never know what I could be enabled to try. It is Sunday, November 11th, and it's kind of later in the evening. We are long past dinner, so it's a little late. It's a little late for happy hour, so I have some tea in my, I have some lip gloss on there, in my Equality mug. Oh, I have tea in my Equality mug, because that's what we strive for, equality and justice. So a little tea tonight, but never fear, there will be much happy houring starting in just a day or two. So I'm recording Sunday night. This is my regular weekly Flosstube update. We're gonna see some, I didn't have any finishes, so we'll see some works in progress. We'll talk some plans. I have a little bit of haul, all the regular Flosstube stuff. And this will post up tomorrow on the 30th. And then on December 1st, Flossmas starts. So if you're new, Flossmas is just a fun thing that us cross-stitch YouTubers, Flosstubers like to do, or some, not all. This is my first year participating in Flossmas, and I'm so excited. But it's something that some of us like to do, little daily videos in December for the first kind of 24 days. Actually, I think some people do it all month. I will not be doing it all month. I'll just be doing it the first 24 days. I have some fun Advent boxes to open. So I'm actually going to record them the night before. So tomorrow night, I will be recording December 1st. That way I can get them posted in the morning and we can do a little happy hour together, and I can still post them up first thing in the morning. So there will be much happy hour. I have put together a cocktail Advent calendar for myself, quite a bit of bubbly. So we'll be having a different type of cocktail every day. There will be opening of Advents. I'll show you what I worked on the day before and anything that came in the mail. So since I'm going to be recording every day, I'm not going to be doing regular Flosstube updates before Christmas on the 25th. So that's the plan. I'm very, very excited. I'm hoping that they're short. They should be short, like 10 to 15 minute videos each day. And it's going to be a fun time. I have some big fun stitching plans, and yeah, so that's all going to start on Tuesday on the 1st. But first, I want to show you everything that I worked on this past week. So the past week here in the US was our Thanksgiving holiday week. My husband took the whole week off work, and older daughter was here from university, and so I didn't get as much stitching done as I normally would. Not only that, during Thanksgiving prep, I attempted to cut off the tip of my thumb. I didn't quite succeed, but I did quite a number on it. It seems to be healing up okay now. I probably should have gone to the urgent care and gotten it glued, but it was late at night and I didn't. So it's finally healing up now, but it did slow me down for a few days in the lead up. It was taking me longer to do all the Thanksgiving meal prep. We had a lovely, wonderful week. It was just full of puzzles and games. It was just our immediate family of 5, but I still did the whole big shebang dinner for us, and it was a really great, relaxing, fun time. But I did get slowed down a little. However, I did get some things stitched. So that's plans. So why don't I show you my stitching works in progress that I worked on last week. I did work some more on Hello Dear. Now that it's all released, I'm anxious and excited to get this finished up so I can get it FFO'd. We decorated the house today for Christmas, and Hello Pumpkin is still hanging up because I don't really take it down. It's starting to look a little out of place. It's almost time for winter version. So this is a mystery stitch along that's no longer a mystery. It's all been released by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. You can still get the PDF version. I don't know if there's kits available or not. My code Martini10 you can still use to get the PDF version of the kit. And here is where I got to. So I know I'd had the bunny done last time, but I know I put in these leaves and here and this big poinsettia, and I'm not even sure I printed out part 3. I just printed out part 4. So I don't know if this is all of part 3 complete, but I feel like it might be. I feel like it might be because this part here and the deer is part 4. So I'm working my way down the tree and the deer. And yeah, I'm still hoping to get like a strand or 2 a day in this, even with all the fun December plans. So we'll see, but here's where I am so far. And yeah, I got this as a kit from Sally at Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So that's I got it on 16 count white Aida, and I'm using all the kit flosses. You could get 14 count, 16 count, or 28, even weave, I believe. And the new Made to Create stitch along that starts the middle to end of January, end of January, around then, went on pre-order last week. And I have a code for that one as well. So if you want to jump in, I'm going to be stitching along the Made to Create stitch along from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I'll put the link below so you can get your kit, or I think it's on, is it on like a pink or a blue fabric? Oh no, it's on a neutral. It's on a really pretty neutral fabric. And yeah, it's a really fun, bright colors, and it's all crafty themed. So that'll be really fun. So I have a code, Martini10 will get you a discount on either the PDF only version or a full kit of that. So mine will be on its way soon. I'm excited. All right, so that was Hello Dear. I stuck to my plans for last week, and on the 23rd, which was Monday, I stitched on Letters for Mom. I try to stitch on this on the 23rd of every month. It was a Mania start. I'm gonna have to stitch 3 of these. So it's just gonna stay in rotation now indefinitely until I get all 3 stitched. I am stitching this on a 36 count flax, linen and flax. It's just a Zweigart color using all the called for flosses. And this is where I got to. I got pretty good progress on this. I brought this border down a little bit more, started this little swirly business that goes down here, and I finished up, I think, the inside of that motif. So it's really pretty. That lacy border is really delicate and beautiful. This is by Jeanette Douglas. So, and this is the front pouch. This is actually a whole series. There's 12 then smaller stitches that you can either put in this pouch or you can do as one large sampler that have like little words of wisdom. I'm only doing this, and I'll do it 3 times, one for each girl. So I don't know, when all 3 of them are done, I'll get them all fully finished together and give them to the kids then, but it'll be a while. That's all right. Then on the 24th, I worked on Duke Clover because I like to work on that on the 24th of each month. That was my birthday start this year for the #Lucky B-Day Sal. And this is a kit from Al Forrest Embroidery. You can order directly from them in Russia, or if you want just a PDF, you don't have to get a kit. They have PDF versions of their charts as well. I did get the kit because they do the most beautiful Oh, that's the cry neck. They do the most beautiful flosses. They dye their flosses and then they come with bobbins that have the chart symbol on them. Super handy. I did switch out the fabric. This is, I think it's a platinum fabric, just because the cut of fabric that was in it was tighter margins. It was plenty. It was plenty, but I had this in my stash and I just thought it would be easier to have a bigger margin. And so this is where I got to. I finished up this whole big center motif. So this was partially done and I finished that one out. So now I can move on to another one next month. I'm beginning to realize there's no way this is not going to be done for my birthday this year. So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have a birthday start, right? But I think I'm going to keep working on this one diligently until it's done and maybe pick something smaller to start on my birthday. Is that possible? Start something smaller? I'm sure it is. So there we go. That's Duke Clover. Love this. And the kit comes with a needle minder, but this one came in the bag. This was March's So Much to Love bag of the month. How perfect is that to go with the project? And I love that shamrock. So that's the needle minder and project bag that goes with Duke Clover. And then on the 25th, I joined in on Pam's birthday stitch along, hashtag turkey baby birthday Sal. And she was starting Tree of Magic. This is a kit from Nikka Moscow. It's a Barbara Anna design, but the only way to get it is exclusive to Nikka Moscow. And it comes as a beautiful kit with all the flosses and everything. So I pulled this out to work on for Pam's birthday. I worked on it on the 25th. And then I also worked on it on the 27th, 28th, 29th. I worked on it all weekend. It is such a fun stitch, so addictive, and this is where I got to. So I had this done and like the center post, and so I got this entire shelf done. There's a little bit of personalization happening here, but it's fine, you can't tell. And I thought that maybe I would get this whole shelf done. This one here. This is deceptively a lot of, it is so fun to stitch. I mean, it is a joy to stitch. There's a lot of stitches in it. So I did not get that whole shelf done. I am getting a little concerned about, I did not measure this fabric. Honestly, I measured it this way. So here's the thing. I measured it this way. Pam and I were chatting about this on the channel Zoom today, the member Zoom stitching meetup today. I measured it this way to figure out how much margin I could leave myself top and bottom. And then I did a center top start. So I just folded it in half and measured down. It feels like it's gonna be tight on the sides because look, I'm here, right? There's 1, 2, 3 more shelves. Like, I don't know. So I think my plan is once this shelf is done, the next plan of attack is going to be to take this center post all the way down and out to make sure that there's enough fabric there. I mean, you can see there's plenty of margin top and bottom. You don't think it was supposed to be this way, do you? Surely no. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some counting. I thought that I checked that. It's gotta be higher than it is wide. All right, we're gonna look into that a little bit before I put it away. Regardless, it is the most amazing, fun design. I love stitching it, and I have the Christmas tree one on its way. If it makes it here by Christmas, it will be my Christmas Day start. Okay. On Thanksgiving, though, I had to have a new start. It's a holiday. So you have to have a new start. That's practically a rule, right? It's a rule for me. Holiday, special day, new start. So I started on Thanksgiving, Autumn Royalty by Lindy Stitches, and I started Prince of Pies. I will do all three, but that was the one that I just felt like needed to get started because pie. I am stitching this on a 32 count tarnished silver. I think that's correct. Let's look. I have the tag here. 32 count vintage tarnished silver by Lakeside. And I'm stitching it with all the called for flosses. And this is where I got to. His little head. He's so cute. So I got a start on the owl and came over here and started the P for Prince of Pies. And I love it. I love it. And amazing perfection needle minder from Abby Topknot. So I think this looks great. It's going to be a little tight, but I'm going to get all three on here. I'm sure I will. It'll be a little tight, but that's okay. They're going to look great. So once I finish Prince of Pies, then I'll start another one, but he was first because I just couldn't not. Look at him. Look how cute he is. And all the pie. I made apple and pumpkin pie this year, and it was my first year doing an all gluten-free Thanksgiving because my youngest was diagnosed with celiac disease in March, actually right as everything started locking down. So they were delicious. They came out fantastic. Everything came out really great. So matter of fact, the youngest ate the last piece of apple pie today. Didn't save it for her dad. All right. So the only other thing that I picked up and worked on a little bit, just cause I felt like it, and I want to have it done by Inauguration Day, is Impossible Odds. This is a freebie chart from Whistle Stop Stitcher, and it's fantastic. Fantastic. I started it the weekend of the election, and I want to have it finished by Inauguration Day. So here is where I got to. And this is on a 32 count stormy cloud Belfast linen. I love it. And I'm using, the red is Turkish red. The white is B5200. The blue is a Mrs. Sadis silk, number 58. And the gray for the words is Color and Cotton Chimney Sweep. It is fantastic. This is a super fun stitch. These borders are really fun. I love stitching words. So this is great. Love it, love it, love it. And if I forget to say like what the fabric or floss or something is, there is always a link in the description box to my whip list. It's just a link to the spreadsheet I keep of all of my works in progress, and all the information on them is in there. All right, so that is it for cross stitching whips. See, it didn't seem like that much, huh? And you'll notice once again, I did not work on either of my full coverage pieces. They'll come out. It'll be fine. They'll come out. There's going to be plans. Okay, knitting whips. First, I had my very last stocking ornament class last Tuesday to kind of learn to knit socks by knitting a stocking ornament. And there it is. So we did the like cuff. We learned like several different stretchy bind offs, learned how to make I-cord for the little hanger. There's definitely wonkiness going on. But all in all, I think it looks good. It looks great. It's my first little sock. I really wanted to work more on my socks, but with my thumb, the little zoom needles, I just couldn't keep a hold of them. But there's my little stocking ornament. It's going on my tree. I'm so proud of it. I have a bunch of this, I think it's not bulky, it's worsted weight worsted weight wool left over because it didn't need much to make these. So I think I'm going to make some more headbands eventually with that worsted weight. The only other thing I worked on was my grandmother's shawl because I'm starting to feel like this needs to get done. And for a few days I couldn't really hold knitting needles. But I'm back on it now. I have finished the very last garter section. See, it's getting wide. Okay, so I finished the very last garter section. You can see this is where I was last week. I finished it up. There's the right number of stitches on the needle. So now I'm gonna move my lifeline. I have one more lace section to go. And I feel like these lace sections knit up really fast, maybe just because the pattern's really, like it's just fun watching the lace grow. So I have one more lace section, and then I think I need to do like 6 rows of garter stitch and bind it off. And that's it. And then it'll be like, look, it's gonna be like a wearable, giftable, usable object. I'm so excited. So this is, oh, I didn't bring up the paper. This is the Blue Jean Saturday shawl by OC Knit Designs. Pretty sure it was a freebie. I don't know, don't quote me on that. And the yarn is Malabrigo yarn in the color Jupiter. I think Jupiter. So it's really pretty. So there we go. So hopefully, well, I was gonna say next week, but you will see this finish. You'll see this finish during Flossmas. So you'll be getting like daily updates on it, but I'm hopeful that this will be finished by this time next week. I'd love to have this all finished by this time next week, and then I can cast on something else because I have several other projects I want to do, but I'm not casting anything else on until this is finished. So that's the thing. Oh, and I had mentioned last week about worrying about losing the stitches off those tiny little 9-inch circulars I'm doing a sock on. So many of you were so helpful and told me that there's little plastic jobbies to put on the end of your needles so that they don't slip off. My expert friend Cece told me which ones are her favorite. They're already ordered and on the way. Yay. Okay, so that's everything that I worked on, cross stitch and knitting this past week. Plans, because December is upon us. Flossmas is here. I am going to be doing the 12 days of Christmas stitching with Black Needle Society. Anyone can join in. It's hashtag 12 days of stitching. Really no rules. No rules. Most of us are doing, you know, Christmas, winter, Hanukkah, holiday themed patterns or projects. You don't have to. They can be all starts, all whips, a mixture of both. The idea is just to stitch on 12 different projects between the 1st and the 24th of December. So I have mine all picked out. I'll be working, I ended up with an even number. Not on purpose, that's just how it worked out. I'm gonna have 6 whips and 6 new starts. I thought about bringing them all up to show you, but we're gonna be hanging out every day. So you're gonna see them as they get stitched. However, I have a couple projects that I am working on specific days. My plan is to work on the projects one at a time for 2 days each. So that'll get me to the 24th. So each project will get stitched on, will come in, kind of come up in a rotation and get worked on for 2 days. I have a couple projects that I'm doing on specific days with friends, and December 1st is one of them. So December 1st, I will be starting cardinal etching. This is from the latest winter Christmas issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's by Cecilia Turner Heart and Hand. And this is the last in the series. She did one in each issue of the magazine this year. So the spring was that, you probably saw it, the cute bunny with flowers. Summer was 2 fishes. Fall was 2 owls. And this is this beautiful cardinal. So now I already loved the owls and the bunnies, and I like the fishes. I'm doing the whole series. That's it. I'm doing the whole series. But I'm starting with the cardinal on the 1st. And I'm going to be doing it on this 16 count Ada in Outback Jack from Be Stitch Me, because I'm going to do all 4. I'm going to do all 4 on this one piece. Beautiful neutral. I love Outback Jack. I need to get myself some more Outback Jack. And then it just calls for two colors, Sticks and Twigs and Cherry Cobbler. So there we go. So that's going to be my start on the 1st. So I'll start that on the 1st, so you won't see that in the first floss tube, but so you'll start that on the 1st. I'm also working on one of my whips on a specific day, is going to get a specific day. Otherwise, I put them all on a wheel. And so there'll be a little bit of wheel spinning during the Flossmas videos. I'm telling you, it's all the fun things. All the fun things. Opening packages and giveaways. There's going to be a giveaway every day. So excited. And I'm going to have a little bit of a theme going with the giveaways. And there'll be wheel spinning. I can barely stand it. Okay, so what else is on the plans for December? 12 days of Christmas stitching. I also could not resist the call of whip wranglers and semi-sane stitchers. So while I'm talking about semi-sane, we'll do a little PSA, a little public service announcement from the semi-sane stitchers. It is a Facebook group. It's a cross-stitch challenge Facebook group called Semi-Sane Stitchers. I've been in there for a while, a little over a year, I think. They do really fun games and challenges. The group had been closed for a while. It is back open now with a caveat. So one of the things with Semi-Sane Stitchers, it's not really a group for lurkers. No shade to lurkers. I am a lurker in a lot of groups. But Semi-Sane is really built for you to take part in all of the challenges. And they can get a little competitive, super fun. I mean, fun, laid back in some ways, but also people get, you know, sometimes a little competitive. There's just lots of really fun games. It's a really, really fun group. However, the admins, one, it's their group, and I think they're running a great group. They want people who are going to participate and that are no drama. So because of that, it's open, but you have to be recommended by someone in the group. So when you go to join, there's a lot of questions, and one of them is who recommended you. And it specifically says not a post from another group or a floss tuber. So, and not that I can't personally recommend people, but just hearing it on the Flosstube is not a recommendation. So, because here's the deal. One of the reasons we're doing a giveaway every day in December is that I hit 4,000 subscribers, and I am so grateful for every single one of you that comes back and watches the channel and comments, but I can't personally recommend 4,000 people. The group would get out of hand. So if I know you personally, like if we've met, if we chat, like if we message back and forth on the regular or in stitching meetups, I am happy to recommend you. Just message me and I will let the admins know that I'm recommending you, and you can, you know, put my name in. But if you're one of the lovely viewers who I feel like I know you, but I don't actually know you, I can't. It's a hard thing for me to think about, but I can really only recommend people that I actually know would be a good fit for the group. So I hope that doesn't hurt anybody's feelings, but I just did want to give that PSA because I know that the admins have had to bounce people, like not approve people, because they didn't actually personally know somebody in the group. So anyhow, so that's semi-sane. However, there is a challenge for this month called Whip Wranglers, where you have to pick 20 whips, and then you roll a 20-sided die, and whichever whip comes up, you roll another regular 6-sided die to see how many stitches you have to put in it to wrangle it. So we're like kind of wrangling naughty elves. And I wasn't going to do it because 12 days of stitching, right? I'm already starting 6 things and working on 6 whips. Couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. So in addition to the 12 days of stitching, you're also going to see 20 other whips. The admins started the wrangling a little early because they heard that we were all very good this year and we're on Santa's nice list. So we got to start wrangling our whips a little early before December 1st. And my first roll was for Welcome Foolish Mortals. So you'll see that in the next day. I'm going to work on that tonight, tomorrow, until I get the number of stitches I need. So I'm going to give it a shot. There were like 3 levels. You could go easy, medium, and hard, and I totally chickened out. I totally chickened out and went the easy level, but we'll see. So we'll get to see quite the array. I was trying to figure out how to decide what 20 whips to wrangle, and I decided maybe the best thing to do would be put in all my mania starts so that I could get some progress on those. Because come the first of the year, I'm gonna wanna focus on some finishes so I have some spots in my mania open. And I've only finished, I think, 3. I started 21 projects in May. I think I've only finished 3. So I did all the mania starts and then put a few other things in there. Hello Dear, Farewell to Anger, I think Impossible Odds went in there. So we're gonna see some projects that I maybe haven't even, do I have anything that hasn't been touched since May, since I started it? Possible. Very, very possible. So may see some projects that have not seen the light of day for a while. I'm getting very excited about Whip Parade season. I've already seen a couple. We're getting close to Whip Parade season. Who else here loves a Whip Parade? Me. Show me all the projects. I want to see everything you're working on. I want to have my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list open while I'm watching the Whip Parade. I think I'm going to be starting things up until Christmas and then not until New Year, New Start. So in between Christmas and New Year's is when I will do my Whip Parade, and that'll probably help me decide what projects I want to put on my 2021 Whip Go board. So that's another group, totally open. Go check that out. It's run by Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff. Fantastic, really fun because you can set your own goals. Kind of gives you like a couple focus projects every month. So I need to figure out what kind of goals I want to set for Whip Go next year. Nothing like planning a whole year of cross stitch. Love it. All right, so that's plans. There's just gonna be lots of stitching in December. Of course, this holiday week, I didn't get nearly as much stitching done as I thought. So why do I think that I'm going to have like mass stitching in December? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Fingers crossed. All right, so what came in the mail? Had some stuff come in the mail. First off, this is just happy mail. I got a package from Stitch Life magazine, and I am a patron of theirs, and I'm telling you, if you're not, I will link their Patreon below, but Stitch Life magazine, I cannot keep up with the amount of amazingness that they put out. They do a daily chat video, a daily free chart, a weekly newsletter. I think it's not a print magazine, it's an electronic magazine. I think comes out every month or every other month, and then they do little gifts every few months. So this little package just showed up Made my day, loved it. And there's some really fun stuff in there. Little Stitch Happens sticker. It's like kind of one of those vinyl-y stickers. And then we got one of these that has their logo on it. It's, you know, you stick it on your phone or computer. I'm actually wondering if I could stick this in my planner, which, here, we'll talk planner in just a second. And then we also got this fun sticker sheet that has all kinds of fun little sleep, stitch, repeat, all kinds of fun little sayings and hoops and needles and Stitch Life logo. So that was just a fun little package, and excited to put these things to use. These will probably go on little giveaway envelopes. So that was a fun package from Stitch Life, and I highly recommend their, I mean, I would say their magazine, but they're so much more than a magazine. So much more than a magazine. I was thinking that I could put that little holder on my planner, because you guys know that I love my Stitchy planner. The base of which is the 24 hours of cross stitch planner by Jen Lee, Quirks and Stitches. She published next year's planner. So that actually is part of haul, but I don't have anything to show because I haven't started printing it out yet. It is, she went above and beyond. So there's a base planner, and then there's a bunch of add-on packs depending on what else you want to put in your planner. So I got the base pack, and then I also got, I think it was like a calendars add-on that had some daily and some perpetual calendars. So pretty soon, like this will all come out. I'm probably going to use the same covers and tabs and everything next year. So I'll just take all of this year's pages out and be able to archive it for posterity, so that my girls one day will have to throw it out. But I might want to refer back to it. You never know. One of my favorite things in here is my whip list. See, I've got my whip go board printed out in here. But the whip list, because now it's really fun, and I will sit and write this all out with what I'm carrying over into next year. But then it's really fun to see, like, I highlight them when they're finished. And so to see all of the things that I actually did finish this year is really fun. It's really fun to look back on. So that will be coming during, I think, the whip parade. We'll do some yearly stats. How many things I've started. We'll know how many whips I have. I think it's right around 60. Might be more after this month. Right around there, but I'll know how many things I started this year, how many things I finished. It was a lot. I did a rough count. I think it's at least 35, 38 things that I finished this year. So that's not too bad, right? It justifies all the starting, I'm sure. All right, so what else came in the mail? Also got, got some, of course I got some more yarn. And this one I didn't even, I mean, I ordered it, but it was kind of like a pre-order situation. And so it was a real fun surprise when this showed up from the Lemonade shop. I got their colorway, this was one of their holiday colorways called Twinkle. And I clearly could not decide, so I got it in bulky and sock weight. If that is not pure joy in a yarn, I don't know. And the bulky, so fun. So this is one of the things that I really want to cast on. I started looking around for like what project I could do with one skein of bulky weight yarn, and I found a great pattern for a hat, which I have not yet knit yet. So I have not yet knit with bulky weight yarn. I have not knit a hat, but I found one that's a hat that has a hole up on top to have your ponytail or like messy bun. Because I would seriously wear that just around the house all the time, especially in this fun colorway. So those came from the Lemonade shop. I love them so much. Okay, I also got my Color and Cotton Floss Club from Threads Entwined. So I get my Color and Cotton flosses each month, my monthly shipment from Threads and Twined, and I get 5 skeins. So these are the 5 that came this month. This one's amazing, Cosmic. And then Colonial Silver, Cleopatra, Clay, and Cotton Candy. I mean, those are so happy. They kind of go with the yarn. I love the bright, happy colors, especially as it gets grayer and darker here in the Pacific Northwest. Okay. I also received a package from Abby, Top Knot Stitcher. I had placed an order with her a little while ago. One of the things in it was the needle minder for Autumn Royalty. So that already got put to use. But I had ordered some other things from her, one of which was a pre-order. And so I told her, don't worry about sending it until that pre-order chart comes in. But I'd ordered this a little while ago, Turkey Trot by Michelle Bendy, to add to it, because look at how magnificent this turkey is. Pulling a pumpkin carriage with a chef that's going to eat him. This is just fantastic. Everything about that's wonderful. Okay, and then Abby also carries these thread drop rings. They are called for on Primitive Tarot Needle Book by Wild Violet Cross Stitch, as well as the cauldron that was she had done in the fall Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. So Wild Violet calls for these in some of her Genius needle book and thread drop patterns, and so I picked some up in both colors because I actually couldn't find these anywhere else. They're not as easy to find, these nice ones that I've used plastic ones before, but I love these. So I think they come in a pack of 5, and I ordered 2 of each color to have on hand. And then this is what I had pre-ordered. Yay! Hands-on Designs new chock full series. Let's Talk Winter. And then Abby sent this little freebie needle minder that's gonna go with it. So I think the stitch along for this starts in January, perhaps. I need to check. There's a group. I will link it below. There's a Facebook group for the stitch along for these. Have I finished autumn yet? No. No, I have not. Am I going to start this one anyway? Yeah, I am. So love it. I also picked up you need like 3 skeins of 3865 for each of these patterns. So I got those from Abby as well. So that came from Abby Top Knot. And then I had also placed an order with 123 Stitch. One of the things I ordered from 123 Stitch, my kids will tell you that I have a bit of a problem. I don't really see it as a problem, but I stitched all of their stockings. All 3 of the girls have a stocking that I stitched for them that were Dimensions Gold Collection kits. And so they're all ones that have a Santa on them. And so I have been collecting other Dimensions Gold Collection stocking kits with Santas. So I picked up this one. Why am I collecting them? Because someday my kids are going to get married and have kids. And I want them all to have different stockings, but Dimensions doesn't come out with these that often, and they occasionally retire. So when I see one that I have not seen or don't own before, I pick it up. I think this is like my 4th one that I have in stash. It comes with everything you need to do it. Does this have any beads? I don't know. I don't think it says. Contains pre-sorted thread, needles, instructions. No, back has had beads on it. This one does not. But I use them, just the kit as it comes, and do their stockings. But of course I couldn't order just that. So I picked up a few other things. This pattern I've been wanting for a while, and just Every other of my usual haunt places were out of it, but 123 Stitch had it, so I got Quaker Snowflakes by Hello from Liz Matthews because perfection. I love this. I think I'm gonna have to do the blue colorway. When am I gonna start this? I don't know, but I loved it. Oh, I also picked up a chart that's a gift. I picked up a gift chart. I picked up some threads. I don't know what these are for, but I obviously needed them, some DMC, so it will become apparent to me at some point why I ordered those. And then I also picked up this chart, Christmas Sampler 2, because Semi-Sane did an ABC challenge this year. I was doing really, really well up through like P or Q, and then I lost the thread on the ABC challenge. You had to connect either the first word of the title of the chart or the first or last name of designer. I had it all planned out. I think I also ran out of things somewhere around like Y and Z, and I lost the thread. Next year, the ABC is to work on an ABC chart, and every 2 weeks it'll switch letters, and you're going to actually stitch on that letter. So I thought that'd be so fun. I've always loved these from Cottage Garden samplings. I think this is the new one, but they have another Christmas one. They have a couple Halloween ones. There's a Valentine's Day. I hope they do more holidays. I would love more holidays, maybe a St. Patrick's Day, maybe even seasonal ones. But I thought this would be great because then at the end of the year it would be done, right? And you just do a little bit every 2 weeks. I bet some of the threads in here are for this. What do you want to bet? That would make sense, right? So I need to figure out fabric, but fabric I have. So that was the order from 123 Stitch, and I think that's it. Yes, we are at the end of the bag. So that was all the mail this week. So I think that's all I have. There's no giveaway this week because we're gonna start giveaway a day during Flossmas on Tuesday. So I think that's it for today. I am so excited that I get to visit with y'all every day in December, or the first 24 days of December. I'm so excited to bust into Advent boxes. I have a yarn one from Daydream Dye Works. I have the 24-day box from Black Needle Society that will be opening. I have a tea Advent will be opening each day, and we'll get to visit, and I'll show you what I worked on, and we'll open up any mail that came, and it's gonna be great. I'm very excited. It will be a very fun way to end this crazy not fun year. I hope you all had a great week. If you were in the US, I hope you were able to enjoy your holiday in a safe way. And if you're not in the US, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'm very much looking forward to spending some more time with everybody in December. So, and that will be starting tomorrow once this video goes up. Until then, cheers.